Market moves coming at you with one more video today. This one's too excited not to make. This is the two best IPOs that are coming out in 2019, Uber and Lyft. I have all the information about what's happening. Stay tuned. Cool thing for all you subscribers, everyone following, I'm releasing a free trading psychology course when I hit 2,000 subscribers. We're almost there, and once I hit it, everyone gets a free course. Sign up for that in the link in the bio. And if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. You won't regret it. Video and content comes out daily to help you become a better trader in the market. But further, nonetheless, we're going to get into the new IPOs. Uber and Lyft, they're supposed to come out in the first or second quarter of 2019, and this is being sped up. This process is going to happen sooner than we think because Uber just put in some paperwork to speed this up, and they want to be the first to IPO as a ride-sharing company. Because if you think about it, why would you want to be the second IPO as a ride-sharing company? The first ever IPO as a ride-sharing company would take most of the money, it would get most of the press, and this is a huge race right now. This is super interesting, and I'm very excited to see who gets to the IPO market first. And now we're just going to dive into some data, just some quick data on both companies and what we're going to be looking at for IPO valuations. And Uber is supposed to be valued at about $70 billion to $100 billion, $120 billion as an IPO. They just had a last round of funding that put their valuation at $65-ish billion, and this means that when the IPO comes out, the stock price valuation is going to go up by 2x. So that $60 billion people were paying for this company 6 months ago is now going to be a $120 billion valuation. So you're going to be paying twice as much for the company. That's what it means. When it IPOs, you're going to pay a lot of money for something people were getting half priced a couple months ago. So that doesn't seem too fair. And the big thing with IPOs is it's a big money grab. It's not just we're coming into the market, we're trying to raise some money. They have enough money to do whatever they need to do, and they're just coming in now to make their investors happy and pretty much pay them off because they got in early, some of these investors, and they want to get a return on their capital, return on investment. And if we go to the right, we have a Lyft valuation around $7 to $12 billion. This is still relatively large compared to the numbers and all that. And if we look at it, Lyft is about 1/10 the size of Uber valuation-wise. Very interesting. And this just means the stock price is going to be cheaper. It's a smaller company. And if the numbers make more sense, you should go with Lyft. But this is not the video where I'm going to decide which company is the better deal. That's going to be later in the week. I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos on these two IPOs as the week goes on. So Uber and Lyft, pretty high valuations according to their numbers. And when it IPOs, you are going to be having to pay a little bit more extra for that market cap. So that's just what happens when stocks IPO. You have to pay more for the valuation. They're trying to get money out of it. And the biggest thing is, I've noticed, I've said this before, when the market is at an all-time high, when things are way too good to be true, you see a lot of IPOs entering the market at this time. There's tons of money in the market when it's at the high and everyone's very optimistic. And what a better time to IPO than when everyone has extra cash to put into some of these speculative companies or early companies. And these companies want to jump in right now because the market's kind of dropping and everything is getting a little ugly. So they want to get their IPOs in very quick too, because if people start getting nervous about the market, IPOs are not going to do as well the first couple weeks they're out. So this is another reason why I'm hesitant to buy any IPOs that come out right away, is just because it's too good to be true right now in the market. And everyone has extra cash and they're plowing into some of these things and raising the valuations to extremely high levels. So next slide, when can we expect these IPOs to come out? Uber obviously wants to beat Lyft. Lyft was saying they're going to come out with an IPO around March or April, and this is around the second quarter, and this can be pushed forward or back. It's not set in stone. And then Uber's date They, like I said, they want to be before Lyft. They want to push it to February or May, and they just put out some paperwork 4 or 5 days ago. The paperwork that is going to speed up this process. So Uber we can expect next year, 2019, February or May, and Lyft we're looking at March or April. So just if you don't follow these IPOs, or you don't follow the news, or you don't even care about the stocks in general, I'm just going to show you an article that came out. This came out today, but it says Uber files confidential paperwork for IPO. All this means is that paperwork to speed up the process has put in, and it was leaked. It was supposed to be confidential. Now everyone knows about it. It's a pretty big deal, and everyone's going to get ready for these IPOs, honestly. So just slightly diving into the article, you can see Uber and Lyft are in a race to the public markets. They obviously want to be that first IPO as a ride-sharing company. And if you go down here, you can see the valuations that people have seen so far. They got $76 billion valuation for the last private placement of shares with Toyota. So they offered Toyota $76 billion as their valuation. So they're basically going to have those shares go up by 50% if they're valued at $20 billion when these shares enter the market. So that just shows you the power of getting in early and being able to buy these companies early. So the bottom here is just kind of what I was saying earlier. Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, Slack, all of these companies are potential IPOs for 2019. All these companies want to IPO because the market is doing very well. People are more risk adverse and they want to get into IPOs, and they have money to do it. So you're going to see a lot of these companies IPO next year. It's going to be exciting to see where they go, and I'm going to be watching and putting out videos to educate you guys. So this is just a quick video on Uber and Lyft's potential IPO next year. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is Market Moves signing off. Peace. For more information on the Market Mover Indicator, free consultation talks, and courses, head to the website marketmovesmatt.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out the latest and popular videos I have uploaded.